thing we have. Very important thing. Only the thing is at last, only very important thing is last thing. Instead of expressions, whatever the sum expression you will write, it will change there. That's all. Okay. The first important thing is decide on input parameters. This is what the input size. You people have to tell what is the input size of that. And what is the second thing for non-recursive you will get? What is the second thing? Don't tell. You people keep quiet. Okay. Identify the basic operation. This is what you people are not interested in any of the class. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ನಮಗೆ 7 hours ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. We are not able to concentrate. Second hour itself, you people are not able to answer anything when we are asking. Then identify the number of times basic operation takes. This is a third step. Okay. And fourth step is where in our non-recursive algorithm we used to find some expression, right? Some expression. But here it won't be some expression. It will be recursive. Recursive analysis. Okay. That is what we will try to analyze it mathematically. That is backward substitution we will do. Backward substitution, and finally evaluate. Okay, this is what the 5 important basic rules we need to follow when we are using a recursive algorithm. Okay, go through this recursive steps whichever I am telling now. This is very important. Even they will ask you for either 4 marks or 5 marks question. They'll ask you explain the recursive plan or recursive rules, whatever you are following to analyze the non-recursive algorithm. Go through this. Okay, now we will go with a simple example and we will solve how do we get this recursive analysis. Okay, now I will take a simple example to find out the factorial of n number. Okay, you people know how to find out the factorial of an n number? Can anyone tell me how to find out the factorial using recursion?
Fact of n into n minus 1.
Yes, 1. Okay, just we will take an algorithm. It's a simple algorithm, right? It's a very simple algorithm. Just a simple function we will write. Algorithm f of n if what? N is equals to 0, return 1. You can write this as double equal to. Then what? Else return f of n minus 1 into n. That is factorial of n minus 1 into n. This is what we will get. Instead of writing n minus 1 factorial into n, I'll take this as a function. Okay. Look here. Now I have written an algorithm. Now, how can I tell this is a recursive function? Look here. There is f of n over here. I am writing an algorithm or I am writing a program where I am again calling that function. I'm calling this function back, right? A function which calls itself is known as recursive function. Okay. Now I have written function f of n, and this function, it will execute here. Again, it will come here. As soon as it comes here, it will keep on calling this until you get the value. Why? Because look here, what is a factorial number? For example, I'll take 4 factorial. What is 4 factorial? According to representation of maths, it is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? So what it will do? It will take this as 4, then it will take it as here again n minus 1, then again this will be n minus 2, again this will be n minus, like that it will keep on calculating this, right? What happens now? For us, it is very easy mathematically, you can tell. But for computer, it is not so easy to calculate it, right? So it will first call one n number, then to find out the next n number, it will minus that. That is again, it will call back. It will go back this and it will again minus this number and it will multiply. Again to call this, again it will go back. Keep on going back, again minus and keep on doing this, right? So this is what factorial. Okay, for us mathematically it is easy, but we have to do that with the help of recursion. Why? Because recursion, in a recursion, it is very easy to solve the problems very easily. Okay, look here, when I write n factorial, 1 into 2 into 3 into n minus 1 into n. This is how I write, right? Answer me whenever I am writing this. So what you do? N into n minus 1 factorial. This is what we write normally, right? This is what factorial function. N into n minus 1 factorial. When you have a number, you will keep on writing like this. 1 into 2 into 3 into dash dash into n minus 1 into n. When you have 4 factorial, 1 into 2 into 3 into 1. 3 into 4. Like that, you keep on writing that number. So instead of writing full expansion like this, what we do is we will write n, we will take n value, n into n minus 1 factorial. This is what n minus 1. N minus 1 is nothing but this one. Okay, so n into n minus 1 factorial is the factorial of n factorial. And then, and always see to that whenever you're writing a recursive algorithms in C language also, I told you there will be a very important stopping case. There will be a base case and general case. Do you remember this? General case, base case. There will be 2 cases. Why? Because if you don't stop this, you need to stop an recursive algorithm. If you don't stop it, it will go into infinity. So for all recursive algorithms, whatever we write, always we will have one stopping condition. Especially they will be like this. Either it can be 0. For example, we take our factorial, it will be 0 factorial is equals to 1. Okay, or m of 0 is equals to, for example, I'll take one function, m of 0 is equals to 0. Okay, like that somewhere you have to stop the condition where this, whatever the recursion function it is calling, look here, I have written here also, look, when n is equals to 0, return 1. It has to stop and it has to come out, or else this function will be executed again and again and again, it will go into infinite state. You will not get a particular answer. So whenever you are writing a recursive statement, this conditions is very, very important. Look here, wherever I am underlining this condition, whatever this base statement or stopping statement you will be writing for recursion statement, that is very, very important. That is necessary for a recursive algorithm. Okay. Now, whenever you take this factorial, I have written 0 factorial. That is 0 factorial is equals to 1. When I get 0 factorial, somewhere I should stop the function. Okay. This is the algorithm. Now we will go with the steps. First step, identify the input. What is the input of this program? We are finding the factorial of how many numbers? In the question itself, I am giving, look here, this is function of n. This is function of n. So the input size is n. I am writing an algorithm for n numbers. Okay. The input is n. So what is the basic operation? Can anyone tell me what is the basic operation? Vaibhav? Anyone? What will be the basic operation according to the program whichever I have written? Look here, what is the basic operation within the if statement? See the basic operation. Can anyone tell me the answer now?
Multiplication, ma'am.
Yes, multiplication, because see, it is f into n minus 1 into n, that is n factorial, n into n minus 1 factorial. Look here, I am multiplying the values 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So that is the basic operation. You are like this, seriously, it will be very difficult. Multiplication is the very important operation. Okay, identify the basic operation. It is done. Now, how many times this will be executed? Give me the answer. Third one is you have to check how many times this basic operation will be executed.
N times.
Hmm? Now, this is very important. Whenever this comes, look here. Here, whenever we are writing how many times this basic operation is executed, we need to write the formula and we have to tell. Look here, what is the basic formula for this? For example, I'll take this function as m of n. Okay, you can take it as f of n also, because why f of n? Because I have function f of n is already written in the algorithm. I'll take it as m of n. Whatever I write now, write the formula is equals to m of n minus 1. How many times? Tell me. A function Barkoli, n minus 1 factorial into n. This is the factorial formula. Now how I will write this? How can I write this? Be attentive and be active in the class. This is already you people have studied this in your basic C language. Tell me the formula for this now. Mathematical formula. This is just a maths. I'm not asking you the C formula. This is maths formula. Tell me what I should write now. I should write into 1 or I should write plus 1.
+1.
Into 1.
So Vaibhav told it as plus 1. Just 1 minute. Okay, sorry. Am I audible now? Now, we need to keep on formulating this. Look here, I'll tell you how to formulate this. So, this is the formula. Am I audible to you people?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, n minus 1 factorial into n. This is very important. Need to formulate this. You need to convert this into mathematical formula. Look here, when you have this type of formula in factorial, n is nothing but at least one time we will be multiplicating that number with the some numbers, right? N is 1. For example, I'll take n as one number, and once compulsorily I'll multiply this with n minus 1 number, right? This is first multiplication for me. Once compulsory, I'll multiply this number with this. So what happens now, look here, one time I'll multiply a number with the function, factorial function. Okay, that you need to take it as plus. And what is this? N minus 1. We don't know how many numbers after 1. We don't know how many numbers are there. We are taking n, that's all. So you take it as m of n minus 1. This is the formula to use. Mainly this one will be the formula for factorial of n, that is factorial of n. Okay. So this is the formula we need to formulate first before solving. So this is how many times we execute the operation is m of n minus 1 plus 1 times we execute the basic operation. This is how for every recursive algorithms we need to first formulate, then we need to go back in backward movement. Okay, this is how very important step. This third step is very important to expand the formula. Okay, this is how we need to calculate. This is based on the the function whichever I write, f of n minus 1 into n. I have written the function. So m of n minus 1 is same as f of n minus 1 factorial. Okay, this we don't know how many times I'm going to do this because I don't know the number. Compulsorily, at least once I will do that, right? 1 in n into n minus 1 factorial. Either it is 1 or it is either 0. Once I'll do. So this is 1. And these are n minus 1 times I will be multiplying the numbers. Okay, this is how many times you are executed. And this is very important. After formulating, you should always tell one basic or one stopping condition. Okay, this is very important when you formulate a function. When you have n minus 1, m of 0 should somewhere with stop with 0. Why? Because why I am taking 0 here? Look here. If I add 0 plus 1, I will get 1. That is 0 factorial is equals to 1. Somewhere I should stop. Okay. So after formulating, you should write this one also. Somewhere you should stop the condition. Most of the cases will take m of 0, m of 1, anything we will take, and we will see to the formula that we will stop where you'll get 1. Okay. This is the basic formula. Now keep on evaluating. Fourth step is evaluate or formulate. I have already formulated. Now I need to evaluate. Take this function m of n minus 1 plus 1. Now evaluate this with backward. Backward motion is very important. This we have already seen in the basic C language or basic recursive. Now we need to keep on evaluating. Keep on adding. So m of n is what? M of n is m of n minus 1 plus 1. Just put m of, this is m of n. Keep on putting this formula over here and keep on expanding this. The first one, tell me first one what you will get. I'll put instead in place of m of n minus 1, m of n, I'll put m of n minus 1 plus 1. Tell me. Evaluate
Minus
this.
1.
Put over here. That's all. This is m of, how much you'll get? Sorry, this is minus. Scale row, how much you'll get? Everyone are there in the class? Are you interested to attend the class or not? Give me the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me. Now I substitute these values over here. What I'll get? Instead of m of n minus 1, wherever n place is there, I need to substitute m of n minus 1 plus 1. Keep on substituting that. What you'll get?
N plus 1, ma'am.
N plus 1 now. M of that formula is, I have done wrong. I have to change it. Wait.
ఇంత పెట్టే అసలు ఫ్లయింగ్ మిషన్ బాగుంది కదా
Huh?
పర్లే
Bhuvan, mute yourself. Yeah. Now look here. What would be the formula if I substitute here? This one. This is minus 1, sorry. Wherever n is there, just substitute that formula, that's all. Maths and substitution baran inge. You don't know the substitution in maths? In n place, put this. What you'll get? N minus 1 tell me. This is the formula, right? Substitute n value
Yes,
with
ma'am.
m of n. You'll get this again. So keep on doing this. Again, you substitute. You will get what? N minus 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that is m of n minus 3 plus 3. Like this, keep on substituting n. Wherever n is there, put this value m of n minus 1 plus 1. Okay, you people have to do this till n. Till many number of times we need to do. So instead of doing many number of times, because
N.
it's factorial, so we will replace this as I. We will take this as I. N minus I plus I. This is the final where we will stop. And now, according to any of the formula, wherever we stop, I told you we should put one stopping condition. So for that, I gave m of 0 is equals to 0. That is 0 factorial is equals to 1. I should get this at the end. So to get this at the end, what should I do now? To make this 0, what should I put? You should assume this. You should initialize. You should assume the value. Be attentive in the class. So now I will take I is equals to n just for the assumption to stop this formula, because we are evaluating the mathematical formula to stop this. I cannot write this and I cannot tell this is the efficiency of my algorithm. I should put it in one single term. Okay, so I should stop this n minus n plus n, because I is equals to n. So m of 0 plus n. So what is the finally you will get? You can take this as m of 0 is what? I had given m of 0 as 0 plus n. Finally, I got the value n. You can either represent it as big O of n. This is what the representation of a recursive analysis of any of the program, whichever we get. This is how we need to first think. First, we need to write the algorithm. And first, very important thing is we need to formulate this neatly. This is very important. F of n minus 1 into n, whatever you write. Then see the basic operations, whichever you are doing. What is the size of a value? Size is n. Basic operation is multiplication. Now this third step is very, very important. How many times that basic operation is evaluated? That is very important. Look here, why I have written 1, because at least once I will multiply that, right? And after that multiplication of 1, I don't know how many numbers I will be multiplying this one. So I'll write this as m of n minus 1 plus 1 times I will multiply. Okay, this is the formula we need to know. And whatever in a recursive formula, finally you need to put one stopping condition for that recursive formula. So take it as 0 or 1. So finally you should get 1 or 0. So I'm taking m of 0 as 0, so that look here, this formula is such a way that I am getting 1 in the formula. So 0 plus 1, you should get 1, because the algorithm is like that. In a factorial formula, 0 factorial is nothing but 1. Okay, finally I should get 1. Okay, this is how I need to formulate, and then keep on evaluating the formula. Whichever you get, that will be in a backward process. This is very, very important for recursive algorithms. We should go in a backward condition. We should keep on evaluating that formula with that formula itself, because this is recursion, right? This is the formula I have written. Call that formula again and again. Keep on calling the same formula again and again. Somewhere you will get some condition where you will reach final n value. So this is the n minus I plus I have written, and instead of I have to stop this condition, right? So instead of that, I'll take it as 0, 0 plus n, finally I'll get n. Okay, this is how we need to initialize a value for recursion, that is factorial program. Okay, any doubt you can ask me. Only the thing is, third step is very important in recursion. You're getting any problems or anything, these 3 important questions are very important. Go through this, whatever the topic I'm covering, go through these formulas. That is more than enough for you for exam point of view. Okay, but to learn, you have to technically think of how many times that function is being carried out. Okay, this is what the final answer. In worst case, I'll get n for a recursion. Okay, now we will go with one more very, very important question. You people already know Tower of Hanoi. What is Tower of Hanoi? This is also a recursive statement, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You people will play the games. Even in data structures, you had this Tower of Hanoi. What is the Tower of Hanoi?
Ma'am, possible number of moves that may be required to get them into possession.
Yeah, there will be 3 important stands like this. One will be taken as source, one will be taken as auxiliary, and one will be taken as destination, right? You people have to move all the, whatever the plates are there. For example, 3 discs will be there, one above the other. That is, this will be the largest disc and this will be the smallest one. Okay, and you people have to move all the disks from source to the destination, but you should not directly move everything, because what is the condition in Tower of Hanoi when you are moving the plates from one place to another place? What is a very important condition? Can smaller disk sit on the large disk, or larger disk can sit on the small disk?
Smaller disk will sit on the larger disk.
Only Vaibhav is answering. I don't know what about others. Okay. And look here, when you are moving from the source to the destination, you cannot directly move all the plates which are there, because the larger cannot sit on the smaller disk. Now, when I move directly from source to destination, this will be the smaller will come here, again larger will come. I should not move that. Okay. I should always use one more disk, that is known as temporary or auxiliary disk. Move the number of plates from source to destination to auxiliary, and then you can move that plate to destination. Okay, And this is very, very important. How many number of moves you will take, how many number of discs will be moved, that will be based, that will be taken as the formula here. This is very important. Look here, there are all n number of plates over here. Till this is moved, this I get the large plate, I'll keep on moving, right? I'll move all the plates. That is, I'll move n minus 1 plate first time. I'll move all the n minus 1 plates first time, either to auxiliary or to the destination. I'll move everything because I should get larger one, because the large one should be placed in the beginning here. Large should come here. Large should come. So I should move all the plates, right? I should move all the plates, n minus 1 plates, and finally last one. This last one should come here, right? That is what? The last remaining one will come. N minus 1 will move from 1 to place 2, from source to either auxiliary or again from auxiliary to destination I'll move. Again, finally, the last plate which is there, that will be shifted to the destination, because the same thing, destination, the plates should be like this. Finally, it should be like this. So this will be the larger and this will be the smaller plate. So this is how I need to move. I need to move all, first I move all n minus 1 plates, then finally move the last plate. That is, I'll take +1 because this is the first step. I'll moving n minus 1 plates. Then the second step, I'll move the last plate. And finally, what is the thing? Again, still n minus 1 plates are here. N minus 1 plates are still in the auxiliary. Finally, tell me, in the beginning step, what I do? First, I'll move n minus 1 plates to auxiliary. Then the large one, I'll get one I'll get remaining. I'll push this. Again, still some plates are here, right? Still many plates are here. I need to push all those plates to destination. Now, what you can do? You can think this will now at that time, when n minus plates are here on the source, now auxiliary, those n minus 1, this remaining plates will become for me now. This can be source for me now. Okay, now this acts as a source and this becomes auxiliary. Again, move this n minus 1 plates to auxiliary, and from auxiliary again move that plates to destination. If you want, you can go, you can see this video of Tower of Hanai, how the plates are moved. Okay, so again n minus 1 will come. Okay, now before going to this formula, I'll take 3. Okay, now these 3 plates are there. Tell me how these 3 plates are moved from source to destination. Heli, at least now you will come to know how these plates are moved. Heli nange. This is auxiliary and this is destination. And finally, I should keep all the plates at the destination. Tell me how this is moved now. Anyone except Vaibhav? Move these plates to the destination. Anyone from the class?
Move the first disk to the destination, ma'am.
Move the
Smaller disk to the destination.
move the larger disk to the destination. Direct again and larger disk na move madbidboda.
No,
The
ma'am.
smaller one, ma'am.
Smaller one. Okay. According to you, I have to move the smaller one to the destination. Now I'll move this to the destination. Okay. Now, next.
The second disk to the auxiliary one.
Then second one to the auxiliary one. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
To the auxiliary one. Next.
Move the smaller disk to the auxiliary one.
Move this to the, this was the first step, this is the second step, and move the larger disk. Can larger disk sit on the small disk?
Smaller one to the auxiliary one.
Then what? This one has to move. Okay, this is the third one. Okay, now after
Move
moving
the larger disk from source to destination, ma'am.
is this. Okay, okay, now larger will go from source to destination. That is fourth step. Okay, larger will come here. Okay, now
Move the smaller disk from auxiliary to source, ma'am.
source. So move here. Then finally, this is fifth step. Then sixth one goes here. Then finally from source, this will go here, right? This is how we keep on moving the number of disks. So this is what the basic thing we do in our Tower of Hanai. To do this, you have to formulate this. This mathematically, you have to tell how the steps are going on. That mathematical step is what I have written here. So first, move n minus 1 disks. Every disk which are there, we have to remove all these disks, right? Move all the n minus 1 disks. First step. Then move the larger disk to the destination. Then finally all the remaining n minus 1 again keep on moving them. This we have to do this, right? Keep on moving all the steps like this. This is what the formula I have to have. Any doubt you can tell me. Even we have written one function. Do you remember that Tower of Hanai program? You have written Tower of Hanai n minus 1 comma beginning comma or end comma auxiliary. ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆಯಾ? Do you remember that function? We had written
Yes, ma'am.
Tower
Yes,
E
ma'am.
1 comma beginning comma end comma auxiliary. What is that? What is this n minus 1? First, we need to move n minus 1 because all the number of disks will be there. Many number of disks will be here. First, try to move all n minus 1 till here. You try to move everything, right? We move on, keep on moving all this. Then finally, large one has to go to the destination, right? So first n minus 1, all steps we will do. Either you can use beginning, either you can use destination or auxiliary. Keep on moving that. That is what this formula. Move n minus 1 first, then finally the large one goes to the destination. That one still remaining are there. Still n minus 1 remaining are there. Keep on moving those n minus 1 either from source to destination. Keep on moving that. That is what I have written here. That's all. Okay. This is how that is recursion. Now again, this keeps on doing. Idin matte ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Again, take this m minus n. From this n minus 1, take 1, move to the larger place. Again, take n minus 1, move to somewhere. Like that, we keep on doing this until we achieve the final thing. Okay, this is the formula. Very important thing is the formulation is very, very important in our recursion. Okay, so this is how we need to formulate the recursion. Now, so now we will go with the class. So, 5 minutes idella. I'll complete this formula and I will give the formula and you people have to do that formula. You have to submit that formula to me now. Okay. So we will take it as Tower of Hanai, T of n or M of n, whatever you want, you can take. That can be T of n minus 1 plus 1 plus T of n minus 1. And we have to write a stopping condition. Always see to that there should be a stopping condition. T of 0 is equals to 0. T of 1 is equals to 1 because this will be a stopping condition for a Tower of Hanai. This is the formula. Now evaluate this with backward steps. That's all. Backward age evaluate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. Whatever I did in the previous program. Wherever n is there, put this formula, T of n. Okay, then keep on evaluating and you have to tell me the answer. Tell me. Do this, substitute yourself. Okay, this is the formula and this is the homework for you today's class. You people have to solve this and you people have to show me finally what will be the case you will get. Okay, evaluate. Wherever n is there, evaluate, substitute this whole full formula and see to that you should substitute T of 0 is equals to 0, T of 1 is equals to 1. Backward evaluation. This is what the mathematical analysis of recursion